I tend to favor the Leviathans draft, I think, pretty significantly. The Horus, the Marty have been very consistent. The Aphrodite has been anything but. The Hercules, I think, at a similar level to the Horus.
Yep.
But the Leviathans got a little bit too much, I think.
And Myth, it's about play on field. That's what's going to win this game. We'll find out who takes game number 1 with your casters, J-Mac and Gore.
Thank you so much. It's the Leviathans and the Dragons to kick off our Saturday morning of the SMITE Pro League. And both these teams fighting for a major win here, Goremizer, because right now the Jade Dragons 3 games execution on field for Leviathans. The Jade Dragons, Lasbra, did manage to get beads earlier on from adapting in the mid 2v2. Now trying to get aggressive against FineOK, gets the stun. Nika, low on mana, needs the pickup or the push, doesn't have either available.
Yeah.
And with adapting rotating over, FineOK gets the bailout from his jungler.
It's going to give him enough pressure, though, right? Nika doesn't have a lot of mana to work with, but you still have some damage. You can still go in for the blue buff. Unfortunately, they're not going to get it. Lasbra might lose.
Lasbra dashed on and adapting. We'll get first blood because Lasbra's greedy play. He blinks into the blue buff, dashes right in, doesn't get the buff. And now an aggressive play towards the dual lane. PBM going to get stunned now, rooted out. Undying Love is there, but the crushing wave is ready for adapting. And he won't even need it. One more auto attack should take down Mike. It'll be the Water Hands instead. Wrong you. Where's he going to take the squad to the Gold Fury pit? Seems to be
waiting for late game.
But as one thing mentioned on the desk, oh man, Wrong you again with an aggressive play to solo lane, bringing adapting in the crash by. Nika's able to dash away, but FineOK is on top, waits out for the ultimate. Stun was off the mark, but one stun's good, and adapting now on a killing spree. The Leviathans are rocketing through the early game, and all through the hands of adapting and Wrong You, who are really getting the show going.
I think it's too dangerous to really go into.
shentoo can join at any moment. Lasbra jumps in, lets Zapman to the sky, and adapting, trying to weave his way into the backline. Wrong You's got to dash out, and shentoo will continue his split push on the left side. Remember, ultimate available for this Chernobog to get in. The Dragons pull the Pyro, FineOK to the backline, and Wrong You to the skies will dunk down in with his backliner. shentoo joins the fray. Lasbra barely gets up to the sky, but Vogue doesn't get that. Instead, it's just constant poke from Zapman. Up against the frontliners, Mike and Nika both half HP. The carry's finding a path in. In goes Wrong You, nearly down goes Nika. And with Argus used, adapting is on the run. This is the first fight back from the Dragons, but it's just not enough. Snipe not there, adapting lives through. And so does the mid Phoenix for the Dragons. They lose out on the side birds. But with Lasbra out, it's now a 5v4.
A 5v4, Fire Giant still there. They've got sustain. Adapting hadn't fully backed. It's not a full reset. Either you get this mid Phoenix and you do get to fall back, or you use the next 40 seconds to start getting aggressive on the Titan. And look, they've got fire minions, not only on left, but being pushed up right now by shentoo on right. I mean, this is a really good spot for the Leviathans. They might just win it.
30 seconds till Lasbra is back, even less than that, and Zapman continues to pelt damage to the Acid Rain. FineOK, Cavalry charge in, Vote use the beads, and it's a boulder from Nika. The Titan is starting to take some damage. FineOK taking that up, but it's a big damage and a big pushback for Nika to disposition, adapting, but it's just not enough. The Atlantis Leviathans with only...
I have good news for all of us, including Mifflin and I. Game number 2 is ready. We'll see if the Leviathans 2-0 or the Dragons send us to 3.
Yeah, let's jump right into game number 2 with the Jade Dragons and Atlantis Leviathans. We'll see, maybe, Gore, if we get a little bit more activity from the Dragons this time through, because it felt like once those first few minutes of the game went through, once the invaded blue didn't go successful. Now, last time, the Leviathans got their pressure from the Dragons trying to start things up in the solo lane. So now we'll see Lasbra start up in the dual lane. Zapman stunned out, will dash away, but he's met by Lasbra, will dive under that tower. Brutalize gets the kill. Lasbra starts off in the duo hop for the Jade Dragons.
Look, he had one opening.
To the right side. Trying to get something going against Nika, but with that ultimate, it's difficult to catch Nika, so maybe go for Lasbra instead. Ult by shentoo and a portal in. He'll be picked up by Laz, but that's exactly what shentoo wants, to distract Lasbra, to set up for something else. But Dardis has killed shentoo. The damage from Empty the Crypts, the damage from this Wash ends up netting the Dragons a kill.
I'm going to be honest. I was so certain Lasbra was dead and that shentoo was out.
Doing the exact same.
I can't believe that happened. I don't want to feel like a naysayer. And I'm not. I think the Dragons are in a beautiful position, right? I'm not disagreeing. In fact, actually, with this kill on the Zap, they're going to do exactly what I was hoping for, which is saying, you know, it was about 2,000 gold worried from the Leviathans. And I think the Dragons have to get this lead even higher than it is now, and more controlling, more dominant on the map, more force applied to the Leviathans, or else it doesn't make as big a difference.
Adapting doesn't have beads, and that's an easy target for Lasbra. Dardes, credit to the kill, but the setup there by Mike and Laz to hand deliver that one to Dardes.
Downside is Circle of Protection wasn't used over on that Fury that was just secured for the Dragons. So still have to worry around these objectives about Mike and Mike's existence in general.
Well, Mike and Dardes will use ultimates. The Dragons steal away the Pyro and the fight. Wrong you taken down by Nika. A jump away for Adapting. As the Jade Dragons focus their attention to the Fire
Pretty much
Giant.
anything out of the Circuit. A couple of ults, right? But otherwise it has been moments like this, and man, I'm gonna call it that.
Man,
that might just be the thing that gets the Dragons the next FG, right? 40 seconds before Adapting can farm up for the next couple of minutes, then they could take this next Fire Giant fight. They might need to hit the reset button on my thinking.
All Rivers rebuked by Wrong You, locks in a couple that do have the shell to heal up, but as well as Mike's ultimate, Vote's gonna need all that healing because Shinto's doing a lot of damage. Vote taken down, and Nika bails the squad out from a potentially worse situation. Mike really dropped that ultimate deep in.
Man, if they get the Fire Giant, I'm trying to do like the mental equation. How much does it give the Leviathans? If they get a pick here on the Mike or anybody really, that makes this game so much easier.
Mike just barely gets through, but
There's Zap.
Zapman weaves in and finds the last auto. And now it's Nika running.
Run for fire.
He'll be able to get out. The Leviathans will turn tail immediately, straight to the Fire Giant. And a beeline for the objective. Lazarus here, no ultimate, or ultimate up, no beads, I should say. He's gonna have to do a lot. He stepped on a ward to the backside. The Leviathans know that Lazarus here, but they're still gonna do the Fire Giant anyways. Final K goes into Dardes, and the Leviathans will get the Fire Giant. Lasbra turned on immediately. Heart Bomb will take him down. The Leviathans, who have been down 6,000 gold to start this one, are steamrolling right back into this game as they use the portals for Shinto in his ultimate to close up the cap. And that finds the taunt onto Dardes, but he gets the beads and the Aegis away, and immediately the Leviathans, they lose out on their pick, but they've got fire on all 5.
They've got minion
not
wave
from
on.
just that man, but Shinto as well. But it's a go right back in. Final
They got
David
Vote.
locks down. Vote falls through the portal.
They got
the
him.
Rivers rebuke to lock him in. There's nowhere for Vote to go. As Zapman picks up a killing spree for the Leviathans.
And this is why all of that late game conversation existed. This is why we said the Dragons needed a massive lead, because this is what this composition is built to do. You just gotta wait, and we were waiting. And honestly, I thought that kill onto Adapting might have been the final nail for the Leviathans to be the ones starting it. They'd also be happy to start it themselves because they know that they win the 50-50. They've got a weighted coin toss in their favor.
They got the burn. They've got some secure, but there's also some runic pods to pocket by the Leviathans to steal away the Fire Giant. Final K goes down, and Adapting off to the side to escape away from Lasbra. He gets picked up, beads force, and a Rivers Rebuke response, but Nika crashing in has brought the entire Jade Dragons to the back door of the Leviathans. It's Wrong You who might just get picked out, caught in the middle of all 4. It is 2 picks for the Leviathans, and both kills going over to Vote.
They've got to play this carefully. Look, Shinto, has to get back to base. They're going to lose this Phoenix for sure. This could be a push into the Titan room. You need a little more aggression, maybe another pick. But all it takes is a misstep from the Leviathans. That's an easy, easy go button for the Dragons.
There's no front line for the Leviathans. The Dragons will just walk right in.
They still have Circle of Protection.
Half HP. Zapman goes through. And with the ultimates from both of the mages, the Jade Dragons should all but take down the Titan, tie up the set, and Gore, we're going to game number 3.
Look. So back 223 games played in Season 2, by the way. Game number 3 against the Jade Dragons and the Leviathans. Let's find us a winner.
We'll see if that Sobek can bring a win here in year 10 of SMITE competitive play. It's the Leviathans and the Dragons, game number 3. To see who's going to be taking home the win.
On broadcast is better than the SMITE World Championship
not by
in
any
person
means.
for you. I am going to punch you.
No, I still got to sort through and find some really good pictures from Worlds for me. Zapman rooted in place, and maybe our first kill of the game on to Vote. It's Adapting, who strikes first for the Leviathans, nearly 10 minutes through. Thrown out. But it gets the job done. It's a tier 1 tower, feared away. And our Rivers Rebuke from Wrong You locks in Mike and Vote. Potentially another casualty. Vote used the beads to dash away, but shentoo goes right in, nowhere for Vote to go, but it's a 1-for-1 trade as Dardes takes down Adapting all the while in the midst of the fighting. The Leviathans, they get some aggression on the left, they get it.
That could have been devastating as well. It's one of those things, because you see the top down, we know that's not going to connect, but that knock-up could have been massive. That one is going to be massive.
Blink into the tail whip, just like it's been called for on the desk. It's a combo to take down Mike. Zapman credit for that one. shentoo, though, under fire by Nika. Lasbro being rained from death by Zapman. Adapting goes over the wall, doesn't get the blink he was hoping for to try and chase Laz instead. Now, Nika in danger, gets the Fearless onto just Adapting in the beads.
Good
now
rip
forced
tie.
away, Nika barely out of that one, and Dardes to turn it around. The damage from this Agni is starting to slam against the Leviathans. Vote takes down Final K, but shentoo will knock out Lasbro.
Okay, it felt overwhelming in favor of the Leviathans, but it takes a little too long to get all those kills start to going in their favor. Might even be able to find more good stun from Dardes. Luckily, that Aegis is still there for Zap. He's barely walking out of this one.
shentoo goes in with ult, Vote's down. Dardes has a lot though, finds the stun, doesn't have a bomb for follow-up.
Dash.
You know he wants this one,
oh.
but that slow from Wrong You may have been the saving grace that keeps Dardes from going from a kill to shentoo. Now, the dash in could be one on a Wrong You instead. Dardes will not let this one go, and it's a killing spree for the mid of the Dragons.
Have to do some real quick math. Pretty sure the Dragons easy kill. Both deaths so far for Adapting have been in these like narrow jungle corridors where, you know, essentially 1,000 of that 14K that Dardes has put up just creates so much space for him.
Oh, Wrong You hit by the Sunder, picked up by Lasbro and thrown to the Wolves, or should I say thrown to the Dragon, as Nika picks up number 5 for his team. Credit to the rest of the squad, though, chase up into the pit just yet, nor can they find a pick on Nika, who is backing on the pack side of the pit himself. Dardes was a bomb stun over the wall. Final K goes in with a blink tail whip yet again. An easy combo for Final K and Adapting to team up. They grab one, but Lasbro has now picked up Wrong You, brought him under the tower, and Wrong You will be going down. A 1-1 trade, Wrong You for Vote.
Yeah, I think you're going to be happy with that, though, right? Wrong You going down, unfortunate, but during the nature votes of a lot of their invades, but it's been good enough. I think this specific play from Adapting right now is going to make the big difference.
It's the bully Vote tactic for the Leviathans. Final K plucks Nika away, dispositions him, and now Nika thrown in the middle of 3. The knockup is there, quick beads, but Adapting didn't even need the ultimate for that one. Instead, has a turn back by Vote. Zapman low, but Nika gets caught out, and Adapting will drop him down. The Leviathans took him a while to find the pick they were looking for, but Nika down
the
for
KDAs,
35.
but at least enough that they've managed to take even one-person losses of 5v4 and turn it around.
Oh, double Fearless from Nika to start. Lasbro goes in as well. Finds the pickup on his shentoo. No beads for the Tiamat, but there's not enough follow-up damage. shentoo might just walk away. Gets the Aegis before the final cleave goes through, but it's Vote to shut him down. Now Nika to the backup with the Lawbringer. He wants blood. He wants to take down someone else, but for now, they'll settle with their 1 kill and a tier 1 tower. The Jade Dragons, especially the fact there's 3 runic bombs in pocket for the Dragons. But once again, it's a blink tail whip pull, but it's not enough follow-up on the Mike, and now River's Rebuke has locked Lasbury. He can't take his target where they want to. The Jade Dragons have lived through a little bit, but Nika caught out in the back line and stuck on the ring of fire. The Leviathans have got their 1 pick, and now it's enough to start fire.
And I'm going to say, they've got 8 kills on the board, might get a little more, might need a little more, because the Dragons still hanging around. They need to make this fight go their way.
Dardes drops 2 of his bombs, dashes away from Final Cave. Now he's without his beads, plucked back and thrown to the rest of the squad. Dardes aces as much as he can. The last bomb used for damage, but he goes down. It's Adapting with his 5th kill of the game. The Leviathans are picking apart the Dragons 1 by 1. And back to the fire, business as usual for Leviathans.
And I've got to call it out. They've got 9 kills on the board. Those last 2 are the most important ones they've gotten all game. Some of the other ones, right? First blood, things like that, feel great. Those are the first ones that have really opened up. That's a pretty big relic at that as well, right? Beads on a Sobek, and it's something we had seen earlier. Nika goes for a big Fearless. Get some good knock-up relatively low bullying, but that's a great pluck.
Beats a little bit too late, still gets thrown back. FineOK in danger as Lasbra continues his chase in. PBM not quite enough either, and Lasbra goes too far forward. Adapting is turned back around. And FineOK lives on less than 100 HP. The Jade Dragons.
Anything like that, Dardes, Vote still do a lot of damage. But you've got the advantage to work with, you just got to find the right setup.
He goes in, FineOK rooted place by Mike. A lot of damage from Vote with those crit auto attacks hitting through, even through the Spectral Armor. Fire Giant's not going down fast though. Nika plucked back. The silence there to try and bail him out. It might just be enough. FineOK though still trying to get aggressive. And Vote's ultimate plus PBMs to zone out. But here comes Adapting with the pack line. Nika has to go away. FineOK down. And Adapting cannot grab Nika. Lasbra's back from the grave. And now it's a minute without FineOK for the Levi's.
Been second most damage in the game for a long time now. Zap's been able to get enough. Nika's got to be careful. They've got to be careful in these engages.
Wrong use separates the fight with River's Rebuke. Dart is left by himself.
Had to use
Fire Giant
Aegis.
started by the Jade Dragons. No Aegis for Dardes. Keep eyes on his health bar, but also be watching the Fire Giant. Nika and Lasbra playing zoning duty. Aegis gone by Zapman. Beats and ultimate as well. Zapman tries to take down one while Nika falls to the back line. The Fire Giant does go to the Dragons, but can everybody make it out? Blink in by Adapting to find Lasbra. It should go down to the combo of Adapting and FineOK. Dragons get 3 with Fire, but Leviathans pick away 2.
Getting that kill on the
They want an ambush. They want to get one pick onto somebody. Mike's going to go in, and he'll find just Zapman. Wrong U steps up. FineOK to the back line. Finds a knock up onto Mike and will pull him back through. Mike is gone from the fight. The turn and burn from the Leviathans has now sent one of the Dragons back. Vote. No more beads. Adapting finds a knock up. Adapting gets 7 in a row for the team. And now Lasbra separate himself. Beats away the stun from shentoo, but the damage from this Tiamat not enough to take him down yet. Instead, it's the Leviathans pushing forward.
It's just clean plucks, and I love this. They aren't wasting any time. They've got fire minions. They've got a 5v3 for 40 full seconds. I love marching into the Titan room. They just have to be careful. Again, Dardes, a lot of damage. Lasbra still can get to the back. Cause a little trouble for Adapting and Zap. But if they get a good pluck, if they burn Nika's health bar, they have nothing to worry about.
No, Nika hit the second knockup afterwards, and now it's only 2. Does Dardes have enough damage? No, he does not. He dashes in. The Aegis buys time, but not enough. The Leviathans have brought this one back through. Lasbra tries to take out shentoo, but it's the Atlantis Leviathans who come out on top, take game 3 and the set against the Dragons.